Welcome to Target Tips and Tricks Special Christmas Edition, December 1st, 2022. Today we're going to look at how you can utilize required criteria if all you want to show is actually text. So here we are looking at a dashboard showing some data from World Cup 2022. The data shows where these players earn their daily money in which clubs and which countries. So we see some visualizations here, and the visualization on the far right showing the players' positions. I'd like to keep that until they selected a club. So I'm going to use required criteria the traditional way. I'm going to select this table here. I'm going to go to criteria and to required criteria. And then I'm going to say, okay, I'm not going to show this until you've selected a club, and I might even put in a text like this: select club to see players. So that's all very fine. I think it will work fine. Let's just try it out quickly and say if we pick Real Madrid, what will happen? Okay, it's working fine, and if I deselect Real Madrid, it disappears. All's good. One thing I noticed is that if you're not a football nerd like me, maybe you don't know what GK, DF, MI, and FO really stands for. So I want to add some text, maybe a text box, but I don't want to show it before this table appears. And that gives me an issue because text boxes in Target do not support required criteria. So I'm going to do something else instead. I'm actually going to add a crosstab, choose a measure that I know will appear. Some measure doesn't really matter that much. Here's my crosstab. Now I've done a little bit of work pre-hand. I went to crosstab styling and I made a theme, which is a theme for title only, it's called. And the main thing here is that I selected everything in the theme and made it transparent. So all the data will be transparent in the theme. If I click OK, you can see that now it's almost like my crosstab disappeared. It's now totally transparent. You could also make it a lot smaller. And if I go back to crosstab styling, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in the title. And I think I have the text I want to write right here. This is the explanation for these abbreviations. So I'll just paste it in. And I'm thinking of placing it up here. So I'll go with a font that is actually white and maybe a little bit smaller, like that. So far so good. Here's the explanation. You can place it here. And since this is actually a crosstab, even though it doesn't really work like a crosstab, I can go to criteria. I can go and say I want to have some required criteria. I'll only show this once you've selected a club. And until then, it should just remain blank actually. So we'll just say OK. And let's try it out. Let's deselect Real Madrid here. So now my table disappeared, but also my text up here disappeared. So now we can select Manchester City. And now we have the explanation appearing right in time when it's needed, when we have to explain these abbreviations down here. Okay, so that concludes today's tip on how to use required criteria if all you really want to show is text. Thanks for watching and see you tomorrow for another Tips and Tricks Christmas edition.